Good morning. It is Nancy Juetten, and today is Monday, November 1st. Monday, November 1st. We've got 2 more months to make magic with this 2021. What are you going to do to make it happen? It's Monday. It's a good idea to think about how you are going to bring in results in your business, how you're going to deliver content that will deliver value for everyone who pays attention, and how you're going to raise your game and make magic happen in every good way. So what do I have coming up for you today? Last week, I introduced you to Holley Mignosi, and she was my special guest during a rebroadcast where we talked about how you can use body language and gestures to improve your virtual presentations, and she rocked it. But what went on behind the scenes after the show was perhaps where the real magic happened during that interview, because we both revealed something about each other that was really illuminating. It turned out that I was feeling intimidated sharing the screen with her, and she was intimidated sharing the screen with me for completely different reasons. Have you ever felt intimidated by sharing the screen with someone else? What was that all about? And what did that stop you from accomplishing because you didn't have the courage to step up? And what was going unsaid that if you could find the courage to actually say it, could actually bring you and your colleague even closer and create an even more complete and authentic connection with the audience? Well, when Holley and I shared what was going on behind the scenes or between our ears when we were sharing the screen with each other, we had an amazing conversation that we subsequently decided to bring about in a training. So I'm going to drop the training in the comments below so you can watch what actually happened and what we learned when we revealed that we were intimidated to be interviewed or to be in conversation with each other in a much bigger way. I promise you there will be real vulnerability shared and real actionable strategies that you can deploy so that if this ever happens to you, you will make the most of it for good and profit. Because the more you reach up to the cool kids and make powerful asks to folks that you want to contribute to and connect with, you will find that you're going to raise your own game and accomplish even more simply because you're being aspirational in your approach. So I hope that you were inspired to watch this training that Holley Mignosi and I did and to share it with others, because it really does deserve a much wider audience, and it covers some really important mindset shifts that we all need to make so that we can show up and stand out and be brilliant in all the ways that we can. So that's number one. Number two, wow, I was so excited to be showcased, have my expertise showcased on Forbes.com, thanks to Henry DeVries. And you know how I often say that my work deserves a much wider audience and my business is worthy of sales beyond expectations? Well, these are 2 affirmations I invite you to embrace for yourself. But if you are feeling generous, when you read the article that was showcased in Forbes, won't you please share it with as many people as you can? I would love this content to reach a much wider audience. I also wanted to share something that I was doing strategically in my interview with Henry DeVries. As you read the article, you'll notice that I made reference to several of my favorite podcast guesting collaboration sites and my favorite matchmaking sites. And I always believe that it's not just about me when I'm being interviewed. It's who can I bring along for the ride, who can be also who could benefit also from that kind of visibility. So guess what I did this morning? I reached out to the owner of podmatch.com. I reached out to the owner and founder of matchmaker.fm. And I also reached out to Sarah Penner, who is the leader of the podcast guest collaboration site on Facebook, and said, hey, I brought you along and showcased your services as among my favorite to help people book themselves on more of the right shows without hiring an expensive booking agency. I hope you're excited to have your site showcased on Forbes. And if you feel so inspired, won't you please share it out? Well, Sarah has like 24,000 members of her group, and I'm sure that the other 2 venues have considerable audiences as well. And when that happens, what do you know? the rising tide is going to lift all the boats, and we're all going to be seen and heard and welcome more potential folks that can benefit from how we help. And I want that to happen sooner versus later, not only for me, but for everyone I showcase, and of course, for all of my clients. If you are not yet a client of mine, what is stopping you? I would love to invite us to have a connect call to see how I can serve you. And oh, by the way, this Wednesday, November 3rd, I'm going to do a reprise of my very popular masterclass, Podcast Guesting for Good and Profit, how you can book yourself on more of the right shows without hiring an expensive booking agency. And I would like you to take your front row seat. And if you have participated in this before and want other people to join us, by all means, share the good news with anyone you would like to have benefit from this powerful, game-changing training that I'm going to be offering for free this Wednesday at 1 o'clock Pacific. I want you to take your front row seat, and I want you to think to yourself, should I get on the bus with Nancy Juetten and the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp so that I can get a jump start on my 2022 year and start booking myself on shows sooner versus later? I have a very special offer I'll be extending for those who act quickly to get on the bus, and I hope that you are one of them. So let me recap. Watch the interview with Holley Mignosi about intimidation when you're interviewed and get the mindset shifts you need to reach up higher. Number 2, read the article that was showcased in Forbes, share it with as many people as you can, and take inspiration from the example I'm forwarding to you, which is when you get showcased, don't go alone. Bring other services and other promotion professionals along with you so your message has a reason to be shared with much wider audiences. And number 3, join me this Wednesday for the podcast guest from Good and Profit Masterclass. It's Wednesday, November 3rd at 1 o'clock. I will drop all the links below so that you can take advantage of them. And I look forward to seeing what magic you create as you think about how you're going to make the most of the next 2 months to make 2021 your best revenue year, your best impact year, your best influence year, and something that gives you a big gold star of how far you've come and how proud you are of what you have accomplished. This is Nancy Juetten signing off for now. If you've got a comment, a like, a heart, or any other feedback, I'd love to hear from you. And oh, by the way, if it's time for us to have a chat about how we're supposed to be doing business, ask for one. We'll get one on the calendar. I can't wait. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.